Alright, welcome to my first community update. Ooh, so this is for the week of the 11th of October 2019. So, some of you may remember Kyle Preslensky used to run these community updates prior to joining Mantic. But now that he's part of the company, he doesn't have the time to do them anymore. So I hit him up and said, I really missed them. I actually really enjoyed kind of seeing what was going on. Not everyone has enough time to be constantly scrolling through all the various Facebook groups and website updates. So, would you mind if I jumped in? He was like, absolutely, go for it. It's open and please do. So here we go with the first community update. So first off, I would be remiss to not mention Kyle's latest video for the latest army faction. This one was Forces of Nature, where he previewed, amongst other things, a couple of the new elemental types, which will be applicable to other armies. Pretty cool upgrades there, which I think we're pretty excited about. So he said next week he's going to do both Abyssal factions on the Tuesday, followed by a preview of the Armies of Panathor book, which I cannot wait for. On the UK tournament scene, Mantic announced the UK qualifier events for Clash of Kings 2020. So these are events where you go and you get a free ticket if you win. There are 6 this year. In London, Scotland, there's 2 in the Midlands, there's 1 in the North, and there's 1 for the Southwest and Wales. But even better, there are 3 international qualifier events which are due to be announced. 1 in Spain, 1 in Germany, and 1 in France. I think this is a really good step to increase the international crowd's love from Mantic. There's some really good players over there, as we saw this year from Spain, and bringing in some of those German and French players as well is a really great idea. Not wishing to miss out on the love, the Italian Clash of Kings got some publicity on the Mantic Facebook page. And it's worth noting that the tournament scene for next year is already hotting up. Head over to kowmasters.com for UK tournaments and to kowtournaments.com for US tournaments. If you're a TO, I advise you to get your tournaments in the calendar as soon as possible. These are great resources for you to hit up tournaments across the globe. Over in the dirty world of Kings of War fanatics, a couple of mini posts caught my eye. This one from Anthony Leslie was where he used coloured acrylic to base his Efreets, giving this really nice effect. I think it's pretty original, we don't see it pretty often. Dan Reed posted some more of his gorgeous artwork, but this was slightly different. He was posting about underappreciated miniatures, miniatures full of character you might not otherwise have seen. And it started a thread where people posted minis that don't get a lot of love, but still contain a lot of character. So I think that was pretty cool. Over on Dash 28, there's a couple of articles that you might have missed if you don't frequent the site, which you should. The first was a list building article from Patrick Zora Allen, who is past US Master, about how to build lists and then how to use those lists in terms of how you deploy and how you play through them. I think it's pretty interesting and well worth checking out. The other was the latest in a series of fluff updates whereby Dash 28 writers are posting their fiction. This one was by Mike Rossi of Unplugged Radio fame and is a pretty good read. Over on the Countercharge Facebook page, Rob Fanuff posted some pictures of Hank Googe's minis. The good thing about these is their bases. These are the most high-tech unit I have ever seen. The bases include integral lights, sounds, and information about the units and their wounds, and they talk to you while you're playing, all controlled for an iPad. There's an accompanying Countercharge podcast episode with Hank where he talks through the process and how he came up with them. I think this is a pretty interesting development, and I'd be really interested to see how they were to play against. Meanwhile, outside of the world of ranks and flanks, excitement is hotting up for the League of Infamy with some release of character information. There's some wanted posters and some sneak peek videos which give you a look at the models, which look fantastic. There's an interview with Sophie from Needy Cat Games, who is one of the game designers and also designed Hellboy. So it gives you an idea of the design process and some of the mechanics that go into the game. Really looking forward to this one. I do believe that the Kickstarter is due to drop anytime now. Oh, my wallet. That's it for this week. Let's see how many weeks I can keep this up for. Bets aren't too strong, but we'll give it a go. If there's anything you want to see featured, hit me up either in the comments or in Facebook Messenger, and we'll see you next week.